Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. We're not here to discuss fads or quick fixes for motivation or productivity. Instead, we're diving into something deeper, your life, the only one you've got, and how to make the most of it before it slips away. The reality is, most people are so caught up in getting through the day that they lose sight of something critical. They're quietly letting their entire life pass by. Let me ask you this. Have you ever glanced at the clock, seen it's already evening, and thought, where did the day go? Now picture that same sinking feeling, but instead of a day, it's an entire decade that's vanished. Here's a truth people rarely mention. The average person lives roughly 30,000 days. Not 90 years. Not forever. Just 30,000 days. If you're 25, you've already burned through over 9,000 of them. At 40, you're past 14,600. At 60, you've used up more than 21,000. Now, reflect on this. How many of those days stand out in your memory? How many truly belong to you? How many felt purposeful? How many made you feel truly alive? Most people don't realize how fast life is moving until they look back and feel nothing but regret. They say things like, I wish I'd taken that chance. I wish I'd shared my true feelings. I wish I'd spent more time with my family. I wish I'd chased my passion instead of doing what others expected. But by then, it's too late. That's why I created this video, to help you grasp something transformative. You don't need more time. You need to use it more wisely. Today, I'm sharing 10 powerful strategies to help you invest your time, energy, focus, and heart in the most meaningful, intelligent, and fulfilling ways possible. These aren't just theories. They're grounded in real life, hard truths, human behavior, and experience. And if you're learning English, this video will also teach you new words, emotional depth, clarity, and authentic spoken language. You're not just learning to live better, you're learning to communicate with impact. This isn't just about practicing English. It's about fluency with purpose. Let's dive in. Strategy 1. The psychology of time. Let me ask you something personal. Do you remember how endless summer breaks felt when you were a kid? Those 2 months seemed to stretch on forever, didn't they? Now think about the last 2 months of your life as an adult. Did they feel as long? Probably not. They likely flew by in a flash. Why? Because time doesn't change, but how you perceive it does. Here's the truth. Time is psychological. It's not about clocks or calendars. It's about how your mind processes experiences. When life is fresh, exciting, or unpredictable, your brain stays engaged. When life becomes routine, dull, or automatic, your brain switches to autopilot. That's why childhood felt so long. You were learning constantly, experiencing things for the first time, fully present. But now, you wake up, check your phone, eat the same breakfast, head to work, scroll, sleep, repeat. That's not living, it's just going through the motions. And the more you live on autopilot, the faster time slips away unnoticed. Picture two people. Person A wakes up at 7 a.m. daily, eats the same meal, goes to the same job, scrolls social media during breaks, watches TV at night, and repeats this for 5 years. Person B wakes up at 6 a.m., spends 30 minutes learning a new language, reads a new book each month, tries new recipes, travels somewhere new yearly, works on a side hustle in the evenings, meets new people regularly, and keeps a journal. Both are the same age. Both had the same 5 years. But one feels drained, older, numb. The other feels vibrant, curious, inspired. Why? Because person B is stretching time through new experiences, growth, and purpose. Person A is shrinking time through repetition, routine, and living unconsciously. The takeaway is simple. If you want your life to feel rich, long, and meaningful, stop repeating the same day and start truly living. Your brain treats repetitive days like duplicates, blending them into a blur. But when you try something new, bold, or different, your brain captures that moment. It becomes a memory, a piece of your life. How can you apply this? Do one new thing each week. Visit a new place. Talk to a new person. Learn a new concept. Be fully present at least once a day. Savor your coffee. Watch a sunrise. Listen to someone with your full focus. Measure time emotionally, not just logically. Ask yourself every night, what did I do today that made me feel alive? If the answer is nothing, you're spending your life, not living it. You don't need more years. You need more presence in the ones you have. Time isn't money. Time is life, and life is only lived when you're awake to it. Strategy 2. Mastering priorities. You don't need more time. You need to stop wasting it on things that don't matter. Here's a tough truth. You don't have a time problem. You have a priority problem. People say, I don't have time to work out, learn English, read, or rest. But if I asked what you do first thing in the morning, many would admit, I check my phone. If you're spending 2 hours a day scrolling but claim you don't have time to improve your life, the issue isn't time. It's what you're choosing to focus on. Here's the reality. You're not choosing between good and bad. You're choosing between what's easy now and what's valuable in the long run. Imagine your brain as a manager with 100 attention points to spend each day. Your energy budget. Here's how most people allocate it. 20 points. Dwelling on yesterday's problems. 15 points. Scrolling through other people's lives. 10 points. Arguing online. 10 points. Doing things they don't care about. 20 points. Pleasing people they don't even like. 10 points. Doubting themselves. 5 points. Regretting past choices. 5 points. Random distractions. That leaves just 5 points for dreams, health, or growth. That's not a time shortage. It's a priority crisis. Think of your life like a garden. You have 1 bucket of water each day. But instead of watering your flowers, you pour it on rocks, spill it on the road, or toss it in the air for no reason. Then, at the end of the day, you look at your wilting plants and say, I don't have enough water. That's how most people live, giving their time, energy, and focus to things that don't grow anything, then wondering why their dreams, health, or peace are fading. You don't need more buckets, you need to aim better. People don't realize this until it's too late. You say yes to too many things, and soon you're living a life that doesn't feel like yours. You attend events you don't enjoy, take jobs you hate, respond to messages you don't care about, watch shows you're not even into, and then claim, I'm too busy to work on myself. You're not busy, you're misaligned. Here's the key. Every day, you're shaping your future, not by what you dream of, but by what you actually do. Want a healthy body? That's a daily choice. Want peace of mind? Set daily boundaries. Want to speak English fluently? Practice daily. Life isn't built by grand gestures, it's built by small, consistent actions. How to take control of your priorities. The 3-list exercise. Grab a piece of paper and create 3 columns. A. Things I say matter, e.g., family, health, growth, English. B. Things I actually spend time on. Track your day honestly. C. What needs to change? What deserves more time? What should you cut? This exercise will reveal the truth. Most people claim family is their priority but spend more time online than with their kids. They say health matters but eat poorly every day. They want growth but scroll instead of read. Don't fool yourself. Real change starts with honesty. Daily life design questions. Every morning, ask, what are my top 3 priorities today? If this were my last day, how would I spend it? What doesn't deserve my time anymore? These questions can save you from wasting months or even years. Focus on what strengthens you. Follow this rule. If it builds your future, make time for it. If it drains your soul, eliminate it. If it feels urgent but unimportant, pause. If it aligns with your future self, act. Now. Point 1 day, your time will run out. You won't wish you'd scrolled more, gossiped more, or worked more meaningless tasks. You'll wish you'd loved more, built more, laughed more, learned more, lived more. Don't let busy rob you of your life. Let priorities shape it. Strategy 3. Relationship dynamics. Let's start with a question. If your time is your life, then who you spend it with shapes who you become. Do the people around you help you live better, or are they just keeping you busy? Too many people stay in shallow friendships, toxic relationships, or draining company, not because they want to, but because they fear being alone. Here's the truth. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Surround yourself with complainers, and you'll speak negativity. Hang out with doubters, and you'll lose faith in your dreams. Stay with those who play the victim, and you'll forget your own strength. But spend time with thinkers, dreamers, and doers, and you'll grow without even trying. Protecting your relationships isn't just emotional, it's strategic and vital for your soul. Think of your mind as a garden where you're cultivating peace, confidence, kindness, and ambition. Now imagine someone stomping on your plants, littering your space, mocking your progress, or telling you your garden will never thrive. Would you let them stay? Yet in life, you let people into your heart who do the same. You give your time to those who judge you, use you, or drain you, then wonder why you're unhappy. Happiness isn't just internal, it's tied to your relationships. Your environment shapes your energy. Many people are in relationships that cost them their future. They stay with partners who don't support their growth, so they shrink themselves. They keep friends who mock their dreams, so they stop dreaming. They fear letting others down, so they let themselves down daily. That's not loyalty. It's self-betrayal. Here's the shift. To live wisely, spend your time with people who speak truth, want the best for you. Celebrate your successes without envy, and remind you of your worth when you forget. In the end, your life won't be measured by how many followers you had, but by the depth of your connections. What can you do? Audit your circle. Ask, who uplifts me? Who drains me? Who respects my time, energy, and space? Be honest. Silence is better than toxic noise. Communicate or cut. If someone hurts you, speak up once. If nothing changes, don't beg. You don't owe anyone your peace. Build new connections. Seek people on your path, even if it starts online or feels awkward. You deserve to be around energy that inspires you, not dims you. Your time is your life. If someone doesn't value your time, they don't belong in your life. Don't waste your days with people who don't see your worth. Stop nurturing relationships that are already dead. Love should feel like home, not a battlefield. Friendship should feel like safety, not stress. Family should feel like support, not a weight. Protect your space. It's not just your heart, it's your future. Strategy 4. Health and energy. Let me ask you a profound question. What's the point of building a great career, finding love, or achieving success if your body is too exhausted, sick, or broken to enjoy it? Most people live drained but never stop to ask, why am I always tired? You care more about your phone's battery than your own. You charge your phone multiple times a day but skip water, eat junk, stay up until 3 a.m., and then wonder why you feel lost, irritable, or unmotivated. Your body isn't a machine, it's your home, and your mind lives in it. When you neglect your health, you're slowly eroding your ability to live well. Think of your body as a car, one you get for life, with no replacements. If you never change the oil, use cheap fuel, drive it 20 hours a day, and ignore the warning lights, how long will it last? That's what people do to their bodies. Many think, I'll focus on my health after this project. I'll sleep better when I'm successful. I'll fix my body later. But later often becomes never. By the time you notice, the damage is done. The power of vitality, energy is your true wealth. Without it, even life's best moments feel heavy. A strong body helps you think clearly, speak confidently, carry yourself with presence, attract better people, and feel excited to live. Taking care of your health isn't about looking good for social media. It's about honoring the engine that powers your dreams. How to start? Prioritize sleep. Sleep isn't laziness. It's how your brain heals. 8 hours of sleep does more for your mind than 8 hours of streaming ever will. Fix one meal. You don't need a complete diet overhaul. Just make one meal a day healthy. Choose food that energizes you, not drags you down. Move daily. Walk, stretch, dance, or even clean. Movement isn't just for fitness, it's for freedom. Protect your mental energy. Unfollow accounts that upset you. Remove what ruins your mood. Choose silence over constant noise. Your mental space is part of your health. The body you neglect today will limit your ability to enjoy life tomorrow. Don't wait for a doctor's warning or pain to force you to care. Respect your body before it demands your attention. You don't just live in your body, you live through it. When you're healthy, you feel unstoppable. Strategy 5. Career and purpose. Let's start with a quiet question. What gets you out of bed? Is it just a paycheck? Family expectations? Survival? Or is it purpose? Here's the truth. Most people don't hate their jobs. They hate working on things that feel meaningless to them. They're exhausted not because of the hours, but because their work lacks purpose. Let's be real. You weren't born to just pay bills, answer emails, follow orders, sit in traffic, and fade away. That's not a life. It's a slow erosion of your spirit. You were born with unique ideas, talents, and dreams no one else has. If you bury them under a job that drains your soul, you're not working, you're vanishing. Imagine Sarah, 45 years old. She has a decent job, a house, 2 kids, and a nice car. But every morning she sits in her car outside her office for 10 minutes, dreading walking inside. She's not mistreated or broke, she's unfulfilled. She once dreamed of being a painter. She loved photography. She wanted to start her own business. But she always said, "Not now. I'll do it later when the timing's right." Now, at 45, those dreams haunt her like ghosts. This isn't a story, it's the reality for millions. Money matters, but it's not enough. A wealthy person without purpose still feels empty. But someone with passion, even starting small, feels alive. You don't need to quit your job today or take reckless risks. But you do need to ask, am I building something that matters to me, or just surviving for others? Every day you spend on someone else's dream is a day stolen from your own. Practical steps. Start a side project. You don't need to leave your job now, but dedicate 30 minutes a day to something that lights you up. Write, create, learn, build. Your job feeds your body, but a side project could one day feed your freedom. Redefine success. Forget society's definition. Ask, what life would make me proud if I died tomorrow? That's your true goal. Use evenings wisely. Most people waste evenings scrolling, but evenings are your secret weapon. 1 hour a night equals 365 hours a year. Enough to change your life. Don't let the world convince you your only value is productivity. You're more than a worker. You're a creator, a thinker, a builder. Don't just work to survive, work to leave a legacy. You don't need to overhaul your life today, but you must stop ignoring the voice inside that says there's more. That voice is right. There is. Strategy 6. Emotional intelligence. Master your emotions, or they'll master you. Have you ever let one thought, comment, or memory ruin your entire day? We all have. That's because most people never learn the one skill that could transform their lives: emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? It's not about staying calm all the time or pretending to be tough. It's about feeling your emotions without being consumed by them. It's about responding thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. It's about staying in control, even when life isn't. Here's the truth. Emotions are powerful. If you don't manage them, they'll manage you. Imagine Alex, who wakes up happy on a sunny day, excited to meet a friend. Then he sees a message. "You're a failure. You'll never make it." He doesn't know the sender, but he reads it repeatedly. Suddenly, he cancels his plans, skips meals, overthinks, and feels defeated. The tragedy? It wasn't the message that ruined his day. It was his reaction. He let one stranger's words steal his entire energy. This is how most people live: getting angry too quickly, offended too easily, sad too often, and holding on to pain far too long. Emotional intelligence means pausing before reacting, asking, "Is this worth my peace? It means preventing temporary emotions from causing lasting harm. It means understanding yourself before trying to control others. Here's a secret. No one can control your emotions unless you let them. How to build emotional intelligence. Name your emotions. Instead of saying, I feel bad, say, I feel let down, or I feel overlooked. Naming emotions gives you power over them. Use the 10-second rule. When you're angry or upset, wait 10 seconds and breathe. This can save relationships, decisions, or years of regret. Learn from pain. Don't just suffer. Ask, what is this emotion teaching me? Pain is a guide, not a punishment. Protect your peace. If something disrupts your peace daily, block it, mute it, or walk away. Peace isn't weakness. It's strength. You'll face hurt, misunderstanding, loss, betrayal, fear, and pain. How you respond to those moments defines your life's quality. You can't control life's storms, but you can carry an umbrella. That's emotional intelligence. Leading your feelings, not ignoring them. Strategy 7. Financial freedom. Investing your freedom. Not in things to impress people you don't even care about. Here's a harsh truth. Most people aren't broke because they earn too little. They're broke because no one taught them how to think about money. They chase wealth, but the moment they get it, they spend it to look rich instead of building freedom. They buy things they don't need with money they don't have to impress people who don't matter. Then they wonder, why do I still feel broke? Money isn't just about lifestyle, it's about freedom. Freedom to rest, to walk away from toxic situations, to say no, to travel, to help others, or to build something meaningful. But most people trade their freedom for fleeting status. Imagine two people. Person A earns $5,000 a month. They rent a flashy apartment, buy the latest gadgets, eat out constantly, and wear designer clothes. They live in a big city with zero savings, always stressed. They look successful but are one crisis away from collapse. They're not free, they're surviving behind a facade. Person B earns $3,000 a month. They live simply, cook most meals, save 20% of their income, and invest in skills. They're calm, not because they look rich, but because they're building real freedom. True wealth isn't just money, it's peace of mind. Here's the key: money is emotional. People spend to feel powerful, accepted, or validated. But buying things doesn't fill emotional voids. That's why some people feel poor even when earning more than they ever dreamed, because they're trapped in a cycle of lifestyle addiction. How to build financial wisdom. Create a freedom fund. Don't save just to buy things, save to reclaim your life. That money could one day let you leave a toxic job or take time to pursue your passion. A freedom fund equals peace of mind. Follow 3 core rules. Note: the original text cuts off here, so I'll assume you'd like me to complete the thought based on the context. Live below your means. Spend less than you earn to build a buffer for your future. Invest in yourself. Spend on skills, education, or experiences that increase your earning potential or personal growth. Plan for the long term. Set clear financial goals, like saving for emergencies or retirement, to ensure your money works for your freedom, not just your image. By focusing on these principles, you're not just managing money, you're building a life of freedom and purpose. Earn actively, job or service. Save consistently, even small amounts. Grow smartly, invest in skills, knowledge, and compounding. Even if you earn little, if you save and grow wisely, you'll be ahead of people making 10 times more. Avoid status traps. Every time you feel the urge to buy something to look successful, ask, will this make me rich or just look rich? Then decide. Spend on what gives you life. Spend on books, not brands. Spend on health, not hype. Spend on skills, not shiny things. Spend on freedom, not followers. Don't let the world trick you. You don't need to look rich. You need to feel free. Stop chasing money like it's your master. Start managing it like it's your tool. Because at the end of your life, you won't care about the brand of your clothes. You'll care about whether you had time to truly live. And that is what financial wisdom gives you. Time, peace, and power. Strategy 8. Learning and growth. If you're not growing, you're slowly dying, and most people don't even notice. Let me begin with this harsh reality. The human brain is not built to be happy doing nothing. It's built to expand, explore, question, create, grow. And yet, after school or college, most people stop learning. They stop reading. They stop asking questions. They stop being curious. They stop discovering new things. They settle into comfort, and comfort over time becomes a trap. Here's what most people don't realize. Your brain is like a muscle. If you stop using it, it shrinks. That's why people feel stuck. That's why life feels boring. That's why days blur into weeks and years pass without joy. Not because life is meaningless, but because you stopped growing inside it. Imagine a tree. You plant it in a pot.at first. It grows fast. It shoots up. New leaves, strong branches. But one day, it stops growing. Not because it's lazy. Not because it's broken, but because the pot is too small. The roots have no space. The tree is ready for more, but the container is too limited. That's your life. When you stop learning, you were made to grow. But if you don't expand your mind, you become trapped inside a small version of yourself. How to grow daily, even with a busy life? Read 1 page a day. You don't need 2 hours. Even one powerful paragraph can change your life. Books are portable wisdom. Learn from life. Not just school. Watch how people act. Study your own habits. Ask why like a child again. Every moment is a lesson if you pay attention. Have conversations that stretch you. Talk to people smarter than you. Not to impress, but to absorb. Ask hard questions. Why do I believe what I believe? What do I need to unlearn? What skill will future me thank me for? Growth doesn't come from answers. It comes from asking the right questions. You don't grow old when your age increases. You grow old when your curiosity dies. Stay hungry for ideas. Stay thirsty for understanding. Stay foolish enough to try something new. Because the day you stop learning is the day you start disappearing. So if you want a life that feels fresh, meaningful, and wise, keep growing. Not for school, not for applause, but for your soul. Strategy 9. Life design. You were not meant to find a life. You were meant to build one. Let's begin with a question that breaks people inside. Are you living the life you chose or just the one that happened to you? Because most people don't live. They react. They do what others do. They follow what society expects. They take whatever life gives them. And then one day they wake up and realize they are living a life that feels like it belongs to someone else. Here's the painful truth. If you don't design your life, someone else will design it for you. And you may not like their plan. It will include working 9 to 5 for 40 years, living paycheck to paycheck, pleasing others constantly, forgetting your passions, sacrificing your health, dying with dreams still inside you. That's the default setting. That's what happens when you don't take control. Imagine waking up in a house that you didn't choose. You didn't pick the color. You didn't choose the furniture. The food in the fridge isn't what you like. The clothes in the closet don't fit you. The walls are filled with pictures of people you don't know. And every day, someone tells you what to do. Now, here's the painful part. That's exactly how most people live. A life built by others with no trace of themselves inside it. It's when you stop asking what should I do and start asking what kind of life do I want to live. It's when you stop following and start creating. And no, you don't need money, permission, or perfect conditions to begin. You just need clarity and commitment. How to design your life. Write your ideal day. Forget goals for now. Just ask, if I could design one perfect day, what would it look like? What time do I wake up? What do I do after opening my eyes? What kind of work do I do? Who do I talk to? What do I eat? How do I feel? How do I end the day? This exercise shows you what kind of life you actually want, not what society programmed into you. Create life buckets. Break life into 5 sections: health, relationships, work/purpose, money/freedom, growth/mindset. Then ask yourself, If this was a video game, how full is each bucket right now? Score them from 1 to 10. This gives you a map of where you are and what needs love. Start designing your weeks like a builder. Most people treat time like sand. It slips through their hands. Life designers treat time like bricks. They build with it. Start planning your weeks like an artist. Time for health. Time for learning. Time for relationships. Time for quiet. Time for building your dream. If you don't plan it, the world will steal it. Remove what doesn't fit your design. If you had a dream home, would you allow random furniture to be dumped into it? No. So why do you allow toxic people, useless habits, and unwanted pressure into your life design? Start saying no. Start clearing space. Start respecting your inner architect. Your life is not a house you walked into. It's a canvas that's still blank, and your actions are the paint. Stop waiting for someone to draw it for you. Pick up the brush and start building a life that looks like your soul, not your fear. You have one life. Make sure it's the one you were meant to live. Strategy 10. Personal energy. Let's end this masterpiece with the most ignored truth of all. Your energy is your most important currency. Not your time, not your money, not your talent. Because when your energy is low, you can't think clearly. You can't love deeply. You can't build powerfully. You can't live fully. And the world is full of things trying to drain you. Notifications, negativity, people who always complain, overthinking, bad food, toxic comparison, self-doubt. And if you don't protect your energy, you will spend your whole life feeling tired without knowing why. Imagine waking up with a phone at 100% battery. But throughout the day, you open 20 apps. You leave all of them running. You turn up the brightness. You don't close anything. You keep scrolling. You play music all day. You don't recharge. By 3 p.m. your battery dies. Now realize that's you. How to protect and grow your personal energy? Use the energy filter. Before doing anything, ask, will this feed me or drain me? Is this person helping me grow or just complaining? Is this task aligned with my goals or just keeping me busy? Is this food giving me energy or making me crash? Is this thought empowering or exhausting? Learn to say no to energy leaks. Protect your battery. Create an energy ritual every morning. Instead of starting your day in chaos, begin with peace. Breathe for 2 minutes. Stretch your body. Drink water. Speak one powerful sentence like, today, I choose focus. I choose strength. I choose peace. This isn't soft. This is mental armor. Clean your mental desk. You know what burns energy silently? Open loops, unfinished tasks, unsent messages, decisions you keep delaying, guilt you never release. All of these things sit in your brain like running apps. Every day, take 5 minutes and ask, what do I need to finish or forgive today? Close the tabs. Feel the peace return. Protect your space like a temple. Your room, your mind, your calendar. Don't allow garbage in them. Stop keeping people in your life just because you've known them a long time. If they drain you, they don't belong in your future. Silence is powerful. Nature is healing. Boundaries are sacred. You don't need to be a superhero. You just need to stop bleeding energy. You can have a good heart. But if you don't protect your energy, the world will keep taking from you until there's nothing left. So starting today, say no without guilt. Rest without shame. Build without apology. Breathe without hurry. Love without losing yourself. Because at the end of your life, you won't remember everything you did, but you'll remember how you felt. So build a life that feels light, strong, and true. Protect your energy because that is where your entire life begins. Let's take a moment, take a deep breath, and let everything you've just heard sink into your soul. Because these weren't just tips, they were reminders. Reminders that your time is not infinite, that your peace is worth protecting, that your dreams still matter, that your body, your heart, your energy are not tools. They are sacred. And if no one told you lately, you are allowed to start over. You are allowed to grow slowly. You are allowed to protect your space. You are allowed to live a life that feels right to you. Not perfect, but true. And maybe you won't change everything overnight. Maybe you'll forget some of this tomorrow. That's okay. But if even one sentence from this video stayed with you, if even one idea gave you courage, then this time we shared was not wasted. Because that's what life really is, a collection of moments where your soul remembers who you truly are. And this moment right now could be the beginning of the rest of your life. So spend it wisely. If this video touched you, I'm deeply thankful that you were here. I made this with honesty, with care, with my heart, and I hope you felt that in every word. If you did, please consider subscribing, because this channel isn't about trends. It's about truth. It's about helping you live better, feel deeper, and speak stronger. And if you're learning English, I hope you now see that your journey to fluency isn't just about grammar. It's about life, emotion, wisdom, and expression. You're not just learning English, you're learning how to live fully and speak fearlessly. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for being part of this moment. God bless you. And go live the life that belongs to you before it's too late.